Dawg, you getting entertained. Watch out, the Dawg is coming. Y'all niggas better start to run it.
Somebody about to get knocked out. Somebody about to get knocked out. What's up, JK?
What's happening, man? What's going on?
Oh, man, you tell me, man. I like that shirt, boy. Hey.
I see you sporting the different look today.
Yeah, I'm trying to show them boys and pythons. I'm trying to get that Jake Paul, Logan Paul fight. You see him? Ooh, look at him go. Yeah. Yeah. I want Floyd next. Anybody can get it. Yeah. What's up with you?
But now, is it true that Logan walked away with 20 mil?
Man, they always saying numbers. The numbers be always way off. I mean, I guess it's gonna take a week or two before you know exactly how much both guys got, because I'm hearing he got 20 million. I'm hearing he got 4 million. I'm hearing he got 33 million. I'm hearing and hearing and hearing.
We should have Mr. Russell in tonight. Hopefully.
I see Gary Russell, Antoine Russell in the building. Let's go ahead and get him on.
Yeah, what's up?
There we go.
What's up, though, young buddy? What's up, Gary?
I'm all right. I'm all right, my king. How y'all?
Man, we good, man. Hey, JK did it again, boy. JK, you got another future world champ in the building.
Yes, sir. Been with the family ever since, man. I remember when before he went to the Olympics, and the whole family was out there boxing. Coach Russell, and He was a young tyke then. He's still a young tyke, but now he's on the verge of being a world champion, man. Hey, big props, man.
I got a trivia question for you, Gary Russell. I bet you can tell me what fight card your brother fought on before he won a world title. I think it was his first Showtime fight, or maybe the second one.
I want to say he was headliner. If he wasn't headliner, he was on.
See, yeah.
He got it right. He said he wanted to say you was headliner.
No, he said he was headlining. Your brother and I think he didn't hold on. I think he didn't get stuck. Let me see. He's still thinking, look. Hey, Gary, you're gonna have to probably tap out and tap back in. Why you thinking about it? There we go. See? Bring him back. Okay.
All right.
You back? Huh?
I thought he headlined, but if I'm wrong,
nah. Yeah. So no, you know what? We probably gonna have to have him go out and come back in. Can you bring him out or take him out and bring him back in? Mr. King Kong, what's up though, bro? He said, "What's up, JK?"
Hey, what's going on? But yeah, the Russells have a very long-standing relationship, man. Like I said, it was. I think it might have been after your fight that I first had them on the show.
Yeah, just in case he don't know that actually I headlined the fight card that he was on. His brother was on before he became world champ, and he had a sensational knockout. It was on Showtime. Yep. But that was then, and this is now. So we trying to see what's next with him. But
I want on, man, because I want to hear all the dirt about the Adrian Broner fight. So I really want to hear about that. But so I hope we can get him back in. Let me look over here in the comments.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, what up, D? I booked D today. He was training today at the gym. Boy, oh boy. You had to sit down. It was all good though. It was hot today. Had it hot like crunks though, didn't I? Hey, was it hot like crunks or what? Talk to me. Yeah. Dog's us. Yeah.
So, the ruling came down. I think it came down Monday, and they did give Regis
Yeah.
the fight. And they did make it official that it was a stoppage,
Yeah.
TKO.
For who?
For Regis, remember there was a controversy about whether he had hit him low below the belt and all that, and they took him out in the ambulance and all, but they did give Regis credit for the fight, so Regis did get credit for the TKO.
Okay. Yeah.
Also, last week.
I'm there.
Jared Hurd. I'm not sure if you were able to watch the fight or not, but
Oh man, yes.
okay.
Man,
So
yes, I did.
once again, we get to a precipice.
Yes.
Where he's about to fight for a world championship,
Mm-hmm.
and he loses by split decision.
Yes. Split or was it unanimous?
No, it was a split decision.
Yes.
But you watched the fight, or did you watch the fight? That was on one. That was on. Okay,
yeah.
So
me and 97,000 people.
Okay, so
yeah.
Did you and 97,000 people think like I did?
On my channel, right? Yeah, go ahead. You watching with me too on the channel too, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So
go ahead.
Was it a split decision in your eyes?
In my eyes, the right person won. I thought that they probably just because, Hurd was the A side and it was a lot of money in stake if he had won for him having a rematch with Julian Williams, for him having being able to fight against Charlo. I thought for sure that they would call it a draw. Even though he clearly won. The young man he fought, Luis, if that's his last name.
Yep.
He hustled. He out hustled him. That dance called the hustle that never goes out of style. Well, guess what? Luis out hustled Hurd, and he clearly won the fight. Now that's in my eyes.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Precisely that Hurd should have been a unanimous decision. Okay. And I thought, like you said, that he out hustled him, and he gave him the game plan before he got in the ring. He said, Hurd can be hit, and I'll be there to hit him.
Yeah.
So, and that's where he was.
Yeah.
So,
all
so,
like Richie.
So, I mean, do you see a change in Hurd's style since he left his first trainer?
Well, he started slow. That was a little different. But he got right back to the old him. So, I mean, like I always say, Jay, I've been trained by many different trainers. And it takes time to get with a new trainer in a big fight and think that you're about to be able to jail with them right away. The only reason why Tyson Fury was able to jail with Sugar Hill right away is because he had history with Sugar Hill when he came down at the Crunk Gym and actually sparred with yours truly. So they had history, so they was able to jail right away. That's another reason why I'm a little nervous for Deontay Wilder, because he has a new trainer. He's about to go to a big the person that he got stopped by in the last fight. So, I just think that it's going to take time for Hurd, as we well saw that he lost to a guy he clearly should have beat. And I think it's going to take time for Wilder. And if it was me, not going off of what we just got to talking about, but going into the Wilder fight, man, I would have took the money and ran. I would have just
That's exactly, you led right into perfectly what I was going to ask you, because Malik Scott is Deontay's trainer.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, Malik Scott and Deontay have history.
Yeah.
But so
either was
So, so
Yeah.
what do you think about, when you say that, you know, Fury has previous history with Sugar,
Yeah.
and that's why they were so able to connect.
Yeah.
What about the connection between Malik and Deontay? Is that something that they could build from, or is that something out of respect? I mean,
There
I
you go.
think
You just said it. The last one. Out of respect. Because Wilder touched Scott's jaw. So it was like, it's respect. So it's like, I'm gonna make sure I give him the right instructions because out of respect, what I mean? So hey, I think it could be too much respect. You got to remember that some of these trainers, or most of these trainers, will not tell they boss, because if you're the fighter, no matter what nobody say, you the boss. Well, you are supposed to be the boss. So Wilder is the boss, and whatever he tells Scott, and Scott don't want to mess his money up. If he tell him I want to work on the right hand, he work on the right hand. So are you the boss, Scott, when you the trainer, or is Wilder the boss because he's paying you? So that's a tricky situation. A lot of people said that Wilder wasn't listening to Mark Breeden. We clearly know that Mark Breeden knows what he's talking about because he's a former world champion. Let me rewind that. A former world champion. So him being a former world champion, you would think that Wilder would listen to him. I'm not saying Wilder don't listen to him, but Wilder did not have Mark Breeden as the head trainer, even though he was the head trainer, because the other young man has not won a world title. I don't know what the dude's name was, but he clearly wasn't the head trainer. So it's still word on the streets that, Mark Beaton should have stopped the fight. Mark Beaton shouldn't have stopped the fight. I just think that Wilder, if it was me, Wilder can do what he want to do. He's a grown man, a millionaire, heavyweight. I wouldn't want to see him across the ring. But he could do what he want to do. I think that Scott, him and Scott jailed. I mean, they kicked it. They conversated. He liked the fact that whatever Scott was giving him, he felt that it would work to his advantage and it helped him. He wasn't comfortable. He felt like he needed to change his whole team up. Some people, a lot of fighters, when they lose a fight, especially a big fight, they get rid of the whole team. When the whole team might not be actually the reason for your loss, it could be the man in the mirror. It could be actually you. So we gonna find out real soon in the trilogy.
Now, there's another heavyweight fight that's
Yeah.
supposedly coming up, and that's
I think.
Anthony Joshua and Usyk.
Okay, right. You had me rolling just now. I thought you were about to say Anthony Joshua and you okay now because you said you. When that happened? Okay, you sick. Okay, yeah, you is sick. You thought about the fight, man. You're very sick. No, but
Hey, exhibition. Millions of dollars.
Man, exhibition. Let's get it. Let's get them to say what they said when people ask would they fight Mike Tyson. Man, as soon as you throw a punch, I'm falling. I'm rolling straight to the bank. No, I would never throw the towel in. I'm trying to fight. If I get in there sign that I'm gonna fight you, I'm fighting you. But yeah, hey man, listen. Usyk is a great boxer, and he can box, and he looks real good at cruiserweight or in that new weight class. What's that weight class? The catcher's weight,
Bridger.
the Bridger's weight. So
Yeah.
I think you need to go to Bridger's weight because as a heavyweight, he hasn't looked good at all. And I just think he's just too little for Joshua. If you can't stop a man who has a fan-friendly style who comes forward like Mike Tyson because you don't have any power, it's going to be a long night for you. So Usyk going to be sick. Yes, indeed. That K9 boxing, just too little. He got the skills. I would like to see, to be honest with you, I mean, the money is there, so I couldn't see him pulling out the fight between him and Anthony Joshua, but I would like to see him in a fight against King Kong. Because I think both of them will make for a great fight. Both guys are southpaws. Both guys got skills. That's the fight that should have been made, in my eyes, if I was a promoter or if I was their promoter.
Okay. Would you put Usyk in with Canelo?
And with Canelo? Heck
Yeah.
yeah, I put him in there with Canelo. Canelo was a little guy. Remember, Canelo's started his boxing career at welterweight.
Yeah.
Welterweight, and he moved all the way up to light heavyweight. But he's too little, way too little for Usyk. Usyk a sit on him, like I sit on a contender. I'm gonna sit on Michael Clark. I'm gonna sit on him. So yeah, Usyk is fast. As SPIDERMOOSE said, he is fast, but he's just too little.
Yeah. Fast on his feet at heavyweight.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, no, you trying to read that? Yeah, what he say?
Yeah. Fast on his feet at heavyweight, but all defensive footwork.
It's great though, from a skill point of view. Yep. And skill do pay the bills, but power do too. Yeah.
I saw another one up there. Where was it? Where you were saying, yeah, in my opinion, Wilder should have stuck with Breland.
Yeah.
Kenan, I know you've never been in that situation, but you also said, as Eli J is just saying, trainer fighter respect comes from being through wars together at camp. Yeah. But if you're a beginning fighter,
mm-hmm.
and you're coming into the professional ranks, from the amateurs,
mm-hmm.
how do you pick a trainer that maybe you have no history with,
mm-hmm.
but you know that he complements your style?
Yeah. Well, shoots, to a certain extent, like I say, the fighter is the boss. But I will always, I take some
Is somebody in the queue?
Yeah, I see Zamora, he's in the queue. Let's go ahead and I don't know what happened to Russell, but let's see.
Hey, how's it going?
What's going on?
How you
guys
doing?
hear me good?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right,
yes,
good.
Yeah. Zamora the third, man. So it's 3 of y'all, huh?
Yeah, my dad and then my grandpa. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow, I like that. Hey, James, is it 3 of y'all?
Yes, it is. Actually, plus, there's a fourth, but, that's another story. But, so when are you getting ready to fight there, Demir?
I actually just fought on the... Wait, hold on. I fought like a couple weeks ago in Cheyenne, Wyoming for my U.S. debut. So it was pretty good. But as far as my next fight goes, we're trying to get something going on PBC. But if not, I'll probably be fighting sometime in August.
Okay, and who are you with now?
From Premier Boxing Champions. Bob Santos is my manager.
Okay, and is your dad and grandfather in the sport?
Well, my dad is heavily involved. He's my coach, so he trains me every day. And as far as that, he's always been a boxing fan as well. So we've always been around boxing, and he's always showed me stuff, and we've always watched fights together. So that's kind of how we kind of got into it and everything. And he's just always been my corner, and he's an even better trainer and the best dad ever. So
how many amateur fights did you have?
I got somewhere around 65. Not too many, but I have international experience. I've fought overseas 11 times. I fought England, Ireland, Russia, Ukraine, Hungary, and I've won all my fights overseas. So I got a lot of experience. I also got good sparring as well.
Okay, and where are you sparring from?
Pound for pound gym, boxing in Las Vegas.
Oh, okay, all right. Pound for pound. I'm trying to think whose gym that is. So how old are you?
I just turned 18 in April.
Wow. Okay, and so you're 1-0 as a pro, and what was your amateur record?
No, I'm a 5-0 as a pro now, and
Okay.
I don't really remember my amateur record. I know I got about 6 losses.
Okay.
So anywhere around there.
As far as your pro, you got any power, or you punching marshmallows here? What's going on?
I like to believe that I do have some power. People that I've sparred with, they've said that I hit pretty hard. So, you know, hopefully I do have power, and they're not just lying to me. So, yeah.
So, let's talk a little bit about this father-son relationship here before I turn you over to K9. Now, you're another gentleman that has been trained by your father. So how is it to you to make that separation between father, son, trainer, boxer?
We don't have problems with that. He's a great dad, like I said, great coach. And we train, we work hard, and then after training, after the end of the day, he's still my dad. So, we go home, we have regular conversations like father and son do, and we just have fun with it. And when we're in the gym, it's the same thing. He's also my father in there as well. So, we don't try to overcomplicate things.
Okay. So now, K9, as you know, other than being two-time world champion, he also trains his son, who's an amateur and who's getting ready to turn pro. So I'm gonna let K9 talk a little bit about that father-son relationship when it comes to boxing.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for coming to the show, Zamora.
Of course, thank you guys for having me.
Oh yeah, no doubt. So you want to know, when did you see
5-0. He's 5-0.
Oh, you 5-0.
Yeah.
Well, 5-0 what? One knockout?
Four knockouts.
4 knockouts. Oh, you got some power there, boy. Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. I didn't get a chance to actually look you up because I got in the house a little late, so I didn't get a chance to look you up. But I knew that James had got somebody on here. He was telling me that somebody was on here that was undefeated and that could punch and was young. You know what I mean? Young. If I can be your age, bro, I would be good. I'll be right back. I won my first world title at the age of 37. So, man, I ain't gonna say I killed because that's not good to kill. I should not kill, but to be 18 years old, man. And so you signed with PBC, right?
Yes, I am.
Wow. So that let me know that you can fight because they're not signing nobody that's 18 years old. That can't fight. And I mean, I couldn't get signed when I was 18 years old. I couldn't get signed when I was 30-some years old. So you doing something good, man. Keep up the good work, man. So
Thank you.
So you mean to tell me that you and your dad don't have no problems when it comes to y'all in the gym? I mean, come on, no cap.
Well, I mean, he's gonna get on me, if I'm slacking.
Okay.
As any coach should. But we don't have any problems really as far as like roadblocks and clashing and bumping heads and stuff. He'll get on me and then we'll fix it together and we'll just get over it.
Yeah. I mean, ain't no relationship, whether it's a boxing relationship, whether it's a father-son relationship, perfect. You know what I mean? And I just know how hard it took me a while to understand that my son is actually growing up. He's actually a man now. So once I got respected him as a man and let him live his own life, but still want him to respect me as a world champ. See, at the end of the day, I am a 2-time world champ. So I'm just your father. Listen, I'm not even talking to you as a father. I'm talking to you as a world champion. So I feel like not only me, he has to understand that I'm a world champ. I'm not just no regular trainer. Not saying that regular trainers are bad either. If you can be a regular trainer, you have to be a world champ. But you got to respect me even to a higher level because I really been in there. I really did it. And I know what it takes to get there. So have your dad had any fights?
Nah, he didn't fight professionally or amateur, but he was always around martial arts. He did.
Okay.
He knows what he's talking about, and he's a big boxing fan as well. So could learn a lot by just watching and observing as well.
But you got me waving up the flag when you said martial arts. When I talk about boxing, and you say your dad did some martial arts. So it is some combat. But if you saw Ben Askren Ben Askren was a wrestler. He's a good
Exactly.
wrestler. But unfortunately, he started boxing. He lost to Jake Paul. So it's a difference in mixed martial arts, kung fu, wrestling, and boxing. Are you going to, at some point in time, or you just don't know, it's too early to say, would you bring someone in, and would your dad bring someone in to assist him when it comes to the big fight, and you might need somebody with some experience to actually been in there?
Oh, it's hard to say now. Me and my dad are actually doing pretty great. So,
Yeah,
I can't really say whether we would or would not, but we're definitely open to it.
yeah. Okay,
Anything that's gonna get us to the next level.
there you
As
go.
far as our sport, I want to
Yeah,
be an elite athlete
yeah,
and top of the top. So whatever I
yeah,
got to do and whoever has
yeah,
to help me along the way,
yeah.
that's what we're gonna do.
And the reason why I'm saying that, because you might be in a gym, and it might be someone on the outside, looking in, because there's a lot of guys always in the gym while you sparring. You might have somebody that might be saying something that your daddy ain't saying. You be like, dang, my man, And does that ever happen in the gym where someone that's saying some stuff that you can hear them saying, your daddy, you never know. I don't know your daddy. He could be the laid back kind of coach. He probably waits till you come to the corner and says something. I mean, does he get do he get mad if you hear somebody saying something while you inspiring? Or is it just respecting the gym that they know to be quiet when your dad is talking?
No, like I said, we're always open to everything, and we take everything from what people say. I mean, you always take it with a grain of salt, but if that thing is gonna help me get better, why not?
Yeah,
I don't want to be closed minded to anything
yeah, I get it.
that's gonna help me get better. So, you
Yeah,
know, and my dad would agree with me as well. So
yeah,
if that's good advice, then why not take it?
yeah, yeah, absolutely. And I'm not saying you and your dad can't become the greatest fighters, dad trainer in the sport history, in the boxing sport history, because it can happen. He's been there for you since the amateurs, right?
Yes, that's
And you
correct.
you became a great amateur fighter. You had to be great to fight over in what you say, Hong Kong, Japan, United Kingdom. So you was definitely a great fighter as an amateur, and did no world champion trainer had nothing to do with that. It was your dad. So I'm not saying it can't happen. You and your dad can go far. With God, all things are possible. Not some things, all things. So yeah, I look forward to watching you fight. It's great to have you on here at a young age, and you're very respectful. I could tell you humble, and it's very unheard of in today's society in the world that a young man, 18 years old, that can fight, that's humble, that's making money, that's signed with a big network, and that knows this guy right here with the yellow hat on.
Thank you guys.
Yeah,
uh,
absolutely.
I want to ask you, did the fact the pandemic, did that make you turn pro earlier than you thought, since you only have 5 fights, or were you intending to go to the Olympics this year?
No, I actually went pro before everything happened, November of 2019. So it was like right before. The reason why is because the Olympics has no headgear now. And you're still taking the same punches. So me and my dad, we decided why go that route. And you could just go pro and start a career and work on the pro game. To try to get better and become a world champion and accomplish what I want to do towards the end of my career.
Okay, and at 18, like, you still haven't got into your man body yet. You're gonna put on a little more weight, a little more strength. So, uh, how big do you think that you're going to get, or do just, we don't really know, but planning on being, as far as weight classes, because
Hopefully,
what class are you fighting now?
I fight at featherweight.
Okay, so you have a chance to probably go up to what, 130, 135?
Yeah, I'm definitely open to it, and I know I'm gonna get bigger and heavier as time goes. You know, I'm not gonna stay small forever. You know,
Right.
so I'm just gonna, you know, if the weight is easy to make, you know, still, then why not fight? You know, at where I'm comfortable at making weight at. But you know, eventually we will go up, and you know, I do see myself getting heavier. I think probably because I'm 5'10". You know, I'm
Wow.
a tall guy, tall, lanky,
Yeah.
6 foot reach. I think
Yeah.
I'll probably cap out somewhere around welterweight. You know.
Okay. Okay. And let's see what somebody said you had 65 fights. Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's a lot of experience by itself. But you know, as once again, as a young man, uh, who are some of the guys that you know you think that you know you might pattern yourself after, or that you look at some of their fights, whether it be you know this generation, or you know maybe it, you know some might be some old guy like K9, or you know maybe you know. But anyway,
Yeah.
but
Damn. Before,
who's some of
yeah,
the who's some of the fighters you look up to,
boy.
or possibly think that you might have a style similar?
Well, as far as this generation goes, my favorite, I like a lot of the southpaws. With me being a southpaw, of course, like
Mm.
Shakur Stevenson is one of my favorites.
Okay.
Errol Spence is a big favorite of mine. You know, even though he's fighting my hero Manny Pacquiao,
There you go.
you
I
know,
knew it.
he's still
I
my
knew it.
favorite.
I got
But
the same eyes. Yeah. Go
a
ahead.
new favorite for me is Jaron Ennis. I really like his style, and
Mm.
you know, he's real exciting. You know, but as
Yes.
far as the old fighters go, I like Pernell Whitaker. He's
Mm.
definitely
Okay.
one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you like the defense of the older fighters, but the offense of the younger guys.
Of course, of course.
Yeah,
I don't know because Pacquiao a little younger than me. A little of both. It's a little of both. Yeah.
Pacquiao's been in
yeah.
both eras. It's great. It's
Yeah.
great
What
seeing him do what he's doing.
What about that? Now, what about that southpaw? The one I think his last name was Valero. Valero. What about him? You ever saw him fight? Southpaw.
Yes, I have. Very
Man,
exciting as well.
man, he had. Hey, listen, he probably could have been the greatest fighter of all time. He retired undefeated before you know he passed. It was say it was suicide. I don't know what it was,
Yeah.
but he won all his fights by knockout.
I heard they wanted to try to get him a fight with Pacquiao, but that never fell through.
Man,
Never happened.
man, that
That
is
would have
some.
been crazy.
That'd have been crazy. It'd have been crazy. Yeah, you know, I actually fought on the undercard with Pacquiao before Pacquiao was known. People knew who Pacquiao was, and people knew who I was. We fought on the undercard with him and Mike Tyson. When Mike Tyson fought Lennox Lewis.
Yeah.
Yeah, some serious history right there. You know, Pacquiao's a good dude, boy. And the boy, his legs, his power come from his legs. Does your power come from your legs?
I think so too. You know, we work a lot on legs and, you know, turning the hips, making sure my punch form is correct, so I land with snap and power as well
Yeah,
speed.
yeah. Okay,
And,
okay.
to answer that guy's question, I am left-handed, so I'm a lefty southpaw, a true lefty.
Okay.
I got you. 'Cause I think SB put that on the screen. I'm like, he just said he was a southpaw, but that don't necessarily mean you're a southpaw because you stand in southpaw.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that,
true.
that
Good point. Yeah, good point. So did you fight anybody that we know that's did you fight them in the amateurs? What notable names did you fight? Because if you had 65 fights and you know you fought and you competed and you won nationals, right?
Yes.
Anybody that we should be looking out for that's up and coming or that's pro now, that's fighting now, that's on a high level, or that you spar with that you can tell us about and how it went and who to look out for?
Definitely. I fought a lot of people. One guy that I have fought, and it's funny because we're like best friends now, brothers. But Jalil Hackett recently signed with Mayweather Promotions.
Okay.
We had a good fight together.
Yeah.
We fought at Golden Gloves,
Okay.
and it was a great fight. You know, I won, but you know
That's
no knock on him. You know, he's a great fighter,
There you go.
and he's one of my best buddies. So, you know, he's a great fighter as well, and definitely somebody to look out for.
Okay, yeah, there you go. That's good, man. 5'10". Hey, listen, you kind of to a certain extent, you reminded me of that guy named Fedora, who's 6'7"
Yeah,
and fighting that junior middleweight.
I like watching him too. It's crazy being that tall.
Right, he is southpaw too, right?
Yeah, yep.
Wow. Now, not trying to knock y'all or none of that. I'm a southpaw killer boy. I love fighting southpaws. I love them. Hey, but I'm a admit that I think Fundora would give me a hard time. The guy 6'7". I don't know how I would be even touch him. 6'7", man, and 5'10". Me and you. I would use you though, to be honest with you, because I did that before. I would, and you a good fighter. I would actually use you for speed. Like if I was fighting for a world title, and I was fighting against Errol Spence, I'll bring you in camp. I don't know if you would come in camp to spar with me, maybe because I'm much bigger, but I would bring you in just for speed. I did that before. I was sparring with a guy named Eric De Leon. Have you ever heard of a guy named Eric De Leon?
No, I don't think so. No.
Yeah, he fights for top rank. He's undefeated. He's
Okay.
like 14-0, 11, 12 knockouts. But I just used him for speed. I didn't try to knock him out because he was small. It wouldn't make no sense
Yeah,
to do that.
yeah,
But I used him for speed. And just with me using him for speed, I fought in the title eliminator against the Southpaw and spanked him. Because guess what? Eric was faster than him. So I was used to the speed. His speed was nowhere near Eric's speed. So every time he threw a punch, it was like the Matrix. I was like, oh yeah.
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 I would definitely love to come into your camp and get some work. And like you said, it's sparring, so we're not
Yeah,
trying to kill each other. It's gonna be great
exactly.
work for the both of us.
Exactly. Do you bang when you spar? Speaking of, ward and all that, like when you spar, how was your sparring sessions? I mean, is it a time when you bang or do you really just work on certain stuff? I mean, when do you pick it up?
I mean, you definitely have to be able to do everything in the
Mhm.
ring.
Yeah,
There comes a point in the fight where you're gonna have to just sit down, bite your mouthpiece, and fight.
yeah,
But for the most part, we try to work on our skills and really perfecting our craft. What's gonna make me better. Like timing. Staying long, boxing. Things like
yeah,
that. That's gonna make me a more complete fighter. Because at the end of the day, it's a fight in there. So if push comes to shove, I know how to just get in there and fight. But
yeah.
I like to stay long, use my reach, stay pumping out the jab. So those are things that we're gonna work on. Then that's my style, and that's gonna make me a more complete fighter.
Okay. Just a few more questions, James, before you take over. I know James itching. I don't know if you remember. Well, you too young to remember Beat Street itching for a scratch. I wanted to ask you, are you fighting at a fast pace? Because one thing I've learned, no knock, Al Heyman and them. Al Heyman is the advisor, even though he acts as a promoter and a manager and an advisor and the money man. So he's doing a lot of things. He's the jack of all hats and all trades or whatever, right? But are you fighting regularly? Because one thing that I don't like about Al Heyman's fighters is they don't fight enough. They fight like with Tony Harrison. He fought once, like in 2 years. Julian Williams, he ain't fought like what almost 2 years, and that right there can hurt a fighter. Jared Hurd just lost. Jared Hurd lost more or less because he was in activity more than I believe, him training with a new trainer. Are you in like in the contract that you are in without telling me your business? Are you fighting at a fast pace? Are you happy at the fights that you having right now?
I just signed. Like I said, I just turned 18, so I signed in April, and I just got this fight recently on the 29th of May. So once I get a fight on PBC, I'm pretty sure we'll get the ball rolling, and I'll
Okay.
be on fights more and more and more.
Yeah.
This fight this past week was just more of the get back in the ring, get my feet wet,
Yeah. Yeah.
get some shots thrown at me again. But
Yeah.
definitely once we get on
Yeah.
PBC and on a televised show,
Yeah.
I definitely think that Al and Bob
Yeah.
are gonna work to give me more
Yeah.
fights and just stay active.
See, the thing about it is you're so mature, you know, to be 18 years old, it's so easy to forget or not to remember right away that you're only 18 years old. So you got a lot of time. So
Yeah,
once again,
definitely.
my hat goes off to you and your dad. He's doing a great job with you as a young man, you know, as a person outside the
Thank
ring
you.
and inside the ring. In a short period of time that I'm talking to you, you are on point, man. Keep up the good work.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, it's all good. Yeah.
I have to ask you, at only 18, when did you start fighting?
I started boxing when I was very young, 7. You know, it was just, at the time it was just, another sport to get into, and just to expand my horizons. But over the time I fell in love with it, and now it's what I do. So it's been a long time that I've been in the sport. I really do truly believe that I love it.
And at 18, also, uh, when you talk about, experience, and you talk about, your relationship with your father, what drove you to take you to a gym at 7 years old?
Well, my dad was always just like I said, he was always a boxing fan, and we always watched fights together. So one day my dad was just like, "Hey, you want to try boxing? We'll take you to the gym." And I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." I love sports and definitely love boxing now. So it just clicked right away for me.
Did you try any other sports, or have you played any other sports? I know you
Yes.
can't play boxing, but
Yes, you can.
but I mean, are there some other sports that you participate in? Maybe for your cardio, or whatever.
I played football I started playing football when I was 5. So before boxing,
Pop
You know,
Warner.
I was playing all the way up until 12 years old, where I decided to just stick with boxing. So at the time, I was doing both, but I realized boxing was more of the sport for me rather than football.
Okay, all right. Uh, well, hey man, I want to thank you for coming on the show tonight. It was good talking to you, and hopefully the next time we talk to you, you'll still have that O, and we'll have seen you on some major networks. And
Hold on.
hey man,
JK, hold on, man. We gotta ask him on how did he like the fight? Logan Paul and Floyd.
oh okay, all right, yeah.
Did you like
It was entertaining, and depending on who you ask,
okay.
they really liked it. Me personally, I don't know how it was for boxing, but Floyd did what he did, what he
Yeah.
had to do, to make his money, but
Yeah. Right.
it make boxing look good
Yeah.
as well. So
Yeah.
he's a great fighter and a
Yeah.
legend at that. So
Yeah.
me personally, I think he was taking it easy. But
Okay.
to answer
Yeah.
your question, I definitely did like the fight. I thought
Okay.
it
Listen,
was cool.
hey, I'm not trying to be a skater. I'm not a hater, but to me, and I had 97,000 people that watched it with me. So shout out to everybody that watched it with me. But that was the worst pay-per-view card I ever saw in my life. And it wasn't Floyd's fault. Floyd went out there to fight. But Logan Paul just held. He was like he was dancing with the stars.
Yeah, definitely was
Yeah,
Logan.
so and then it rained. It was rain getting inside the ring. I ordered the fight on Showtime. We know that the fight card, the Showtime pay-per-view wouldn't go through. The pay-per-view got stuck, so I had to reorder it on Sling. It was crazy. It was super crazy. Hey, but
Yeah, as far as the whole card goes, as
yeah,
production, I feel like they could have did better. You know,
man.
but the Floyd fight was okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Good. Good.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
if you answer that one now, I got to ask him about Pacquiao and Errol Spence,
yeah.
because he mentioned them both. One is his hero,
Yeah.
And one is one of those guys that he, kind of looked toward their style. So,
Yeah.
as we always say, styles make fights.
Yes.
So, Manny or Errol?
I like both of them, of course. Manny's my hero, so I'll be rooting for Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah.
No knocks to Errol Spence. Like I said, he is the truth. He's a
Yeah.
great fighter as well. But I definitely believe that Manny still has a chance, and then I think that he can do it.
Yeah.
He's definitely still got his speed. So
Yeah.
that is one fight that I'll be looking forward to watching.
Man, let's
Yeah.
go, Pac-Man. Let's go.
Right.
And he'll have an even fuller bank account. So yeah, you're right. So
Man.
all right, man. Well, hey, why don't you give us your social media, let everybody know where they can find you, and K9, you want to wish the young man good luck?
See, hey, James about to say you want to wish the champ good luck. See, you calling you champ already. That's right. Hey,
That's
man,
good.
listen.
That's good. That's
Appreciate
good luck,
you, man. Don't get brand new, man, when you win your next fight by knockout. If it's against Jake Paul, little brother, don't forget about the small people. Appreciate you, man. God bless you, man. Tell Dad he's doing a good job, man. And we'd like to have him on the show with you next time. You don't
Of
mind.
course, definitely. I would love to do that as well. I want to thank you guys for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'll never get brand new with you guys. You
Thank
guys
you,
welcomed
brother.
me to do one of my first interviews, and I'll forever be blessed for that. And
Yeah.
as far as social media goes, you guys can follow me on Instagram at DJJZ3Boxing. And thank you guys.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Hey, make sure you follow me on Instagram, and I'm gonna follow you back. Just tag me. I'm gonna follow you back. It's K9.
I think we do follow each other.
Okay, that's good. Then so I'm already hip.
Yeah.
I'm hip then.
One step ahead. One step ahead.
Yes. All right, man. I need some of that sparring, champ. I need some
Of
sparring.
course. Anytime.
Because my
Anytime.
son's
We're in
southpaw.
Vegas.
My son is southpaw, man, and he don't be listening sometimes. I'll be like, man, put my room up. He be like,
Yeah.
All right, man. You have a good night, man.
Thank
Good
you guys.
meeting
You too.
all right, D. All right. Well, love my dog. All right.
All right.
Yeah.
So, K9, as you've seen, I'm bringing a lot of father and son combos in.
Absolutely.
And it does seem like it's becoming more of a trend.
Yes.
And we've always talked about, the pitfalls and how to separate, those two jobs. But do you think that, it may be because of the pandemic that we're seeing more families stay together, and hook up, or, rather than go outside and try to find, somebody that, even though they might have a name right now, he's not ready to, either financially or mentally ready to turn over control to somebody outside of his circle.
Well, him and his dad been around, training each other. It's like he said, since he was 7 years old. So, and he's a third generation. He's a junior. So they probably have a rich history in the sport of boxing. You know what I mean? So I just think that I know for sure that because of the pandemic, everybody actually, because of COVID, got closer to each other because we wasn't able to go anywhere. We were all on lockdown. We were all in a house. I don't know if you remember that song. I'm locked up. Won't let me out. I'm locked up. So us being all locked up.
Yeah,
we closer to each
I've
other.
sang that song a few times, but that's all right.
Man, but thank God though, nobody's locked up anymore. Free at last. Thank God Almighty, we free at last. Yeah. Hey, listen, Martin
You come to my Monday show. We'll debate that too. But
boy, yeah. Oh man, yeah. So to answer your question though, like and me and my son has definitely got closer. I don't know if I want to blame it on COVID or I want to say because of COVID. I just think that that it's a lot of money being made, and I feel like these dads, these fathers, they understand that, and a lot of these young people, they understand that too, because a lot of the young people are young. I mean, they 21 years old or less and making millions of dollars, like the Devin Haney's of the world, the Javante Davises of the world. So they got a lot of these younger guys, that wants to box now and that can fight because they starting to box at a younger age. And whoever's that's training them, they respecting them because they trying to get to that bag. So to get to that bag, you're gonna have to humble yourself and listen. Now, I don't know, how long that's gonna happen. If it seems like, this young man here though is gonna stick and stay with his dad, and that he's really, genuine with the relationship that they have, and he's really respectful. He was raised up, right. But we have saw it work and we have saw it go haywire. Like in a situation when, Mayweather got mad at his dad and said, "You ain't nothing but a cab driver." You know what I mean? But thank God that they actually, they bandaged it up and they got it together. So we're gonna have our ups and then we're gonna have our downs. But with all this money to be made, you need to stick and stay with whoever got you to where you at, and especially if it's your dad, because ain't nobody gonna have your best interest more than your dad. If you know what I mean, if it makes sense. So at the end of the day, even though Mayweather and his dad didn't get along at some points in time of his career, maybe because his dad had went to jail or whatever the case is, he'll tell you at any time, any given time, you ask him who was the greatest trainer of all time, not just the greatest trainer of all time. I was watching an interview. Mayweather said his dad, hands on, is the greatest trader of all time, and that's in his eyes. And this is the same guy. He said that I ain't no junior. He said you ain't no cab driver, but at the end of the day, he would have got billions of dollars if it wasn't for his dad at K9 Boxing.
Well, now, okay, so that's a good story.
Yeah,
About a dad, and
yeah,
and so what about when you look at some other, like for instance, the Garcias?
yeah, yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's another situation. That's another good family, a well balanced a bunch of people. They get along real good. I mean, I love their relationships. Like I never heard them get into it with each other at all. If they get into it with each other, it'd be off the record. It's just respect. I think, the glue of their family is the granddad, is Garcia's, the one that's fighting now, Mikey Garcia's. I think it's his brother's dad who has
No,
every
I'm talking Angel. Angel's the dad, isn't it? Angel.
Angel.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he got everybody on point. You know what I mean? Everybody respect him, and they gonna do it for him. You know what I mean? So they gonna respect you. Because I'll tell you another great relationship, probably the best father and son relationship that we have had ever saw. I have ever saw, other than myself, of course. I'm gonna be biased. The guy we had on the show earlier, Gary Russell and them dad.
Yeah.
That's a
Coach
great
Russell.
family.
Yeah.
Man, they listen. They on 10. I love their relationship, man. They listen. They daddy, they there for their dad, man. They all respectful. And man, whatever. Listen, I love it.
Did
I
did,
mean,
did you did well? No, you were doing, I think, the Ben Askren fight
okay. Yeah,
when
yeah,
when he fought, and it was very, if you talk about a family affair,
yeah,
Coach Russell
yeah,
is sitting down beside the ring.
yeah, yeah,
Gary Russell is actually playing the trainer,
yeah, yeah,
and Gary Antoine, the
yeah.
one that doesn't fight,
Mhm.
is actually playing the second.
Man,
So everybody in the corner, except for the cut man,
yeah.
is somebody that you eat dinner with every day.
It's a family affair. It's a family affair. That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, it don't get no better than that. You know what I mean? If it's gonna be somebody that's gonna get me, hey, at least you keep it in the family. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, man, listen, they're a great family. They man, they love each other to death. Look, I mean, I've been around them. You know, I've been around the dad. We done had him on the show. Like I say, Gary Russell fought on my undercard before. We kicked it. We broke bread. We talked. You know, real good dude, man, and had nothing but good things to say about his dad. I mean, and so what? It's 3 of them that actually fight. 3 or 4 of them that actually fight. All of them.
All of them fight except for like I said, I think it's the one Gary Antoine that doesn't fight.
Yeah, the big fella.
Gary Antonio.
Yeah, he used to fight. The big fella used to fight.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I don't know. Yeah, but he's a trainer now. Yeah, right. He's assistant.
Yeah, but the other one's always been a trainer. The oldest one. Or the one I think he's either the one right above Gary or the one right under him. But anyway, Antoine is Antoine's the baby.
Yeah, absolutely. We appreciate you, my brother. Hey, look, natural understanding just made a good point too. That's another one. I talked to those
Shawn and Kenny Porter.
Kenny Porter. Yeah, I've been in the dressing room with those guys, and at the time I was the current champ. I knew my level was up there, and they was trying to get to where I was at, and I just let them know I acknowledged them and told them I loved what they were doing. Like the relationship they showing, like kind of reminds me of Bill Cosby. When Bill Cosby on TV, him and his family, man, they were showing you how black brothers and sisters how families should be. You know what I mean?
And there, if you look back, probably to the time when you were talking about, that was the time when actually Dad did most of the talking. Yeah. And Dad, but as Shawn matured, then he gradually let Shawn grow into a man and have his own say. It was interesting. Somebody put up Frazier and Son. The one thing that I thought about that relationship is Joe Frazier was kind of like you in the sense, I'm a world champion.
Yeah.
And you should listen to what I say. But his son did not have the talents that he did. Just like Corey Spinks. I mean, Corey Spinks was a good fighter, but he did not have the dog that his daddy did.
Yeah, absolutely. But he had more belts than his dad. Corey Spinks was a 5-time world champ. But 5-time. He should go in the Hall of Fame. 5-time world champ. Man,
but once again, you got to talk about the competition. Now, Bill and Devin Haney's a little bit different to me because Bill Haney is more of a on the business side. He's not really someone that's actually been made a living in the ring. Like some of these other Kawasaki and his dad. Now, his dad was a bad guy, and Kawasaki was. I think Kawasaki inherited his chin as well. But like
you say, Joe Frazier's son did not have it. I don't know who in the world put him in there. With Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson destroyed him. I mean, man, he probably wished that Mike Tyson was his son. So it seemed like, he was like, man, that's the son supposed to be. Because Mike Tyson got the same style Joe Frazier got.
But I think, did Joe Frazier's son ever fight after that? I don't really remember him fighting.
Man, he's still fighting them punches right now. Man. And I hope he's doing well, man, because I could be talking about a man that probably got Parkinson's. We don't know. So let me cut back on that. But that was a bad look. It was a bad look, man. And man, he got cream puffed, man. Mike Tyson, boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh yeah, you know what? SB in the building. Look at her. She talking about some Tito and Trinidad. Yeah, well, Tito Trinidad and his dad was a great relationship. You ain't lying.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. I mean, both of them were world champions. I think his dad was a world champion too.
Yeah, absolutely. Zab and Joe. I met Zab Judah dad, man, and he was excited to meet me. He was like, man, K9, boy, you was a monster, man. Hey, he talked real fast. You know, you was a monster, man. He was real, yeah. Absolutely. Look, SB trying to take all the comments. Look, she going hard with it. Look at her, David Benavidez. But you gotta know their dad's name. You know, see, this guy knew his dad's name. He said, John said Jab and Joel Scooter. Now SB, what's David dad name? Bet you don't know that. What's his dad's name?
Oh, what's the guy over there in England keeps trying to build his son up?
Who? Hold on, Ricky Hatton.
No, the black guy.
Black guy?
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about the guy? Oh, are you talking about the guy that did that to Gerald McCullen?
I think yeah. But
man, that was.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there are Andre Ward and his trainer was yeah. But
Nigel, there we go. Yep. Nigel Ben. Yep, the Ben.
That's what I'm talking. Yeah, the Nigel Ben and his father. You know.
There you go. I was on it.
But you know, but here's a father that's you know, I think he has a little too much expectations.
That's when I was trying to think of Chris Eubank.
Chris Eubank, yeah.
I was thinking about. There you go.
Yeah.
Boy, it's so easy when Rabbit ain't got the guns, so they can come on here while we live and the camera's on us, and you know, ain't no room for error. They sitting back. That's like a person when they at home watching the fight. Man, K9, you should do the jab. Yeah, outside looking in. For sure, yeah. For sure, yeah, man. It's been a great show, though, man. You know, like I said, all we need, really, to be honest with you, is one guest. And man, you got so much to talk about. You got so much in common. Like, man, I like the hat. K9. Yeah.
Hey, man, like I said, man, you know, I'm surprised being from Detroit that you don't have none in blue.
Oh, you talking about the Lions?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, the Lions, the Tigers, but I'm just saying, though, you know, you know, as a matter of fact, you know, y'all might be good this year. Y'all probably win about 5-6 games. But anyway.
Hey, well, at least I ain't trying to be down with somebody I ain't down with. Like, you ain't from Pittsburgh, but you sure represent Pittsburgh.
Now, you have to remember, I moved here.
Okay.
I moved here from Pittsburgh.
Oh, but are you from Pittsburgh?
No, I'm not from Pittsburgh. You know,
well, you capping
but then again, I'm not from Cleveland or Cincinnati either.
Wow, man, what's you, an alien?
So, yeah. Well, yeah, it you know, it all depends on what section of my life you want to talk about. You know, I've been from a lot of places.
You were 145. Man, you've been everywhere.
You know,
you're still here though. That's the great thing. You still here. And I was thinking with you being here because you're getting some great guests. You know, hey, you helped me start this. You know, I first started doing these podcasts with you. No, you were ahead of the game. Before people were doing podcasts, it was James King. It was the Pugilist Corner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now we transform like the movie The Transformers into the Dawg sound. So now we barking and everybody barking at us.
It was the Pugilist Corner with Emmanuel Stewart.
Absolutely, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so can I tell people I got ties to Crunk?
Of course, yeah. You got ties to Crunk. Boy, you Crunk right now, boy. Think about it. I stay down the street from Crunks. I'm the last original Crunk fighter. You know what I mean? That won a world title. So hey, look, you Crunk. That was your guy. You know what I mean? Hey,
so
just saying hi to SB.
Let's talk a little bit about you know, just a little bit about the project in Flint, Michigan. K9, you know, to me it seems rather despicable that, you know, you're talking in 2021 and we're talking about a city where you still can't get clean water in your kitchen.
Yeah. Yeah, that's sad. That is sad, man. Yeah, it's just terrible. I mean, you can come up with a cure or a shot for COVID because you can make money, but then people can't even drink clean water. You know what I mean? And we talking about we in America. We not overseas where a lot of people are struggling at. In Africa and everything. We talking about in the land of the free. We talking about a city, a state where we have the highest paid athlete of all time, Floyd Mayweather in Michigan, and we can't get no water. And we have some of the greatest pipes. I heard the best pipe in the water, that we have that we flow with. That system that we have, the water system in Detroit. I heard is the best system in the world, and we can't connect some of them pipelines to Flint to get these people some good water, some clean water. Now, yeah, talk about the race game and Black Lives Matter. The last time I looked, majority of the people that need the help are some black people. And last time I looked, the probably greatest female fighter of all time is from Flint, and her name is Clarissa Shields. So I just feel like, man, we need to do better. We need to, when I mean by do better is we need to get them some clean water, man. It's a shame that they don't got no clean water. I mean,
Yeah.
they're giving out these stimulus checks, but they can't get these people no clean water, and it's sad.
Yeah, I think that our campaign here to give to raise 5,000 bottles of water,
Yes.
to give 1,000 bottles to 5 gyms or neighborhood recreational centers, so that the young kids and the people that participate and carry on the sport, whether it be amateur or professional, then we should support those people. And as you say, these are in some of the underprivileged neighborhoods.
Yes.
And when we talk about black people, we include Latinos,
Yes.
as well as any other minority. I believe the young man that was on was part Filipino. But in any neighborhood or I'll put it like this: all neighborhoods should have access to clean water. Water is what gives us life. You can do longer without food than you can without water.
Man. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, man, it's a shame.
Yeah. So we ask our listeners, just go to my Facebook page, and you can get access to the GoFundMe for 5,000 bottles of water for Flint.
Yes.
And we'll be talking about it throughout. K9, you mentioned Clarissa. Isn't Clarissa's next fight in Flint her MMA debut?
Yeah. Hey, listen, I was just watching the stare down or the face off with her and her opponent. I gotta check to see exactly when there's the actual fight, but I don't think that it's gonna be in Flint, because you remember this is an MMA fight. So whatever they want to have this fight at, her promoter is not promoting this fight. Her boxing promoter isn't promoting this fight, and this
You
is
mean Salida? Salida's
yes, yep, he's not promoting this fight. But it's such a shame that that this young lady has won 2 gold medals. Let me rewind that. She won 2 gold medals, and she has to leave the sport that she's better in to go to a sport that she's not as good in, to be able to feed her family, to get her just due, and make the millions of dollars that I feel and believe that she deserves. So it's just a shame that they doing Flint wrong in so many ways, from the bottled water to the 2-time Olympic champion at K9 boxing.
well,
And,
as Layman Brewster used to say, you have to be the right complexion.
for the connection, there you go. Absolutely. So, and there you go. I dropped the mic. It's terrible. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but hey, listen. you can find me, before we leave, I'm gonna let them know ahead of time. You can find me at K9 Boxing on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, and my merch should be in the section right here. SB should put the merch up where they can find it at. So I got merch. We gotta get my man James King some more merch. You know what I mean? So yeah, but yeah, and I'm on Instagram, K9 Boxing. Man, we just try to keep it 100, man. I appreciate James King, man, for tapping in with me every Tuesday. Y'all make sure y'all go support James King when he's going live, because he has some shows that he's doing without K9, without his dog. I believe it's on. What days are they on, James King?
Monday we have our political show, which is called To an Imperfect Union, and that is connected to the political consciousness of westcoaststeelerfan.org. You can go on there and find out more about our campaigns for Atlanta and Flint. And if you feel like reading some thoughts of an old man, I do a few blogs on there too. I'm getting ready to do one on Senator Manchin and his application for a KKK hood. But that's another story. And I also do Thursday, I do the Sports Crib. And we have a gentleman on named Demetrius Vergis that represents the Detroit Lions, the Detroit Tigers. He's all in for Detroit.
Yes. Detroit versus everybody. That's right.
But he lives in Chicago. But anyway.
Man. Oh, man. But who represents? That's right. You stay in California. Who represents?
I represent this. But hey, man, like I said, the roots of this show goes back to Detroit. We all have to think, Emmanuel Stewart, the late great Emmanuel Stewart, and so But K9, well, let me give him. I've already given them my Monday and my Thursday shows. Told them where they can find me on Facebook. All you have to do is look up J.E. King 3. With K9, we can't go anywhere without K9's Corner.
Yes, man. Listen, at K9 Corner, I want to talk about what's real and what's fake. Hey, what's real is you can make money if you got people following after you, if people subscribe to your channel. If you a businessman, if you smart, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. Floyd Mayweather robbed the bank without a gun. You know what I mean? Because he's a smart businessman. It ain't about who's the best fighter in the world. It ain't about who's the toughest guy in the world. You got some tough guys out here, real tough, but they ain't doing nothing. You know what I mean? They ain't doing them but scaring somebody, and you can scare the wrong person and end up in jail. If you gonna fight, don't fight for free. Get paid for it. I can't believe all them years I knocked guys out on the streets for free when I could have got paid for it. But that lets you know that there's a God, because somebody could have said, okay, take this too. And it could have been game over. So, man, you should be smart, man. Be smart. Be a businessman. Don't fight for free. Put down the guns and put on the gloves, because it's a lot of senseless killings out here nowadays, and I can't believe, JK, that we still talking about some colors. You remember that movie, Colors? Colors. People are still fighting over colors, And when I say colors, it gets deeper and gets bigger than blue and red. We talking about black and white. You know what I mean? So we are still fighting over colors. So, I mean, come on, man. Put down the guns and put on the gloves. And, I feel like, man, to be real with you, it's only one race. It's the human race. Yeah, it's the human race, man. I know we went through a whole lot back then, you know what I mean? And one thing I learned from reading the Bible, if you don't forgive, God is not going to forgive you. So, we got to do better, man, as a culture, as human beings, because I want Jesus to come back, you know what I mean? But I'm not, I'm not rushing him. You know what I'm saying? I'm enjoying my time on earth as well as you enjoy time on earth.
So you want to wait for Jesus to come back. You're not necessarily in a hurry to go and meet him.
Exactly. I'm not in a hurry to meet him. We're going to meet when it's time for me. Hey, listen, but I do believe in him. and then,
Hey,
and
uh,
I hope you
I'm
believe in him and the stuff
I'm
like
totally with
that.
you, man.
Yeah,
I'm totally with you. I've already planned for my 75th birthday in Vegas,
good.
and like I said, I have. Let's see, it's 2021, so I'm kind of limiting myself, but I'm going for the next 27.
Yeah,
So, with the grace of, the man
yeah,
upstairs,
yeah.
so, I have a goal, and, like Martin Luther King used to say, I have a dream,
I have
so,
seen yeah, absolutely. He told me that
you
twice,
know,
boy. Hey, I'm about to watch some movies about him. Man, absolutely. Hey,
yeah. Hey, if you want to watch a good movie,
yeah.
K9, and think about watching Judas and the Black Messiah.
Oh, I think I might
Uh,
have saw that before. I think I might
uh,
have saw that. Hey, how
did
about that?
you?
Yeah, how about no? Not trying to go off the subject. How about next week, man? We know if a guest don't actually pop in or tap in, that we actually bring one of these one of the fans of the show. Come on.
Hey man, I'm all down for that, man. I mean, we
Yeah,
have some guys, that are very loyal to us. I wouldn't
yeah,
mind talking to, Spider-Man sometime.
yeah,
Sometime we have
yeah,
some of our guests from the UK. Right about now, I think it's about 3 o'clock in the morning there. So if they're willing to stay up, we might as well be willing to hear what they say. You know,
absolutely. Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, what Ice
So.
what's hood K9? Instead of saying what's good K9, he said what's hood. I don't know. I ain't been in the hood in a nice minute. The money is there right now. I left the streets
see,
alone.
see,
What's hood?
see,
I don't
see.
know. I don't know what's hood no more. Hey,
But I can tell you where to find it though.
yeah,
If you go and you find Emmanuel Stewart Boulevard
yeah,
or MLK Boulevard,
yeah. A Rosa Parks Boulevard.
yeah, you at home. You
Yeah,
in
you in the hood, bro. Yeah. Or
I,
Crump. Or Crump's is that. It's on Crump.
I don't care what city you in.
Yeah,
If it says Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks,
yeah.
you know, roll your windows up. No, I mean,
Hey, man, listen. If you in the hood with a KK at and you my color, you better roll the windows up. And I can't
well,
believe you still KKK out here. I can't. It's crazy, man. And we still got racism in 2021. We got 5K, we got podcasts, and we still got racism. Come on, man, knock it off. For real, knock it off. It's unbelievable.
you still have K9, you still have fear, and you still have people of color.
Unbelievable. Yeah,
I mean, like I say, whether they be black, brown,
yeah,
yellow, you know, uh, Fidget Mike says racism is prehistoric. You see, I really don't believe that because kids, if you go to the average daycare center
yeah,
and you look at kids,
yeah,
kids play among one another. They don't really, I mean, it's the parents, I think, that promotes racism. I mean,
yeah,
kid, kids, that's my friend. That's
yeah,
so and so. That's so and
yeah.
so. It's
Exactly.
not
Yeah,
that. It's not that little black kid or that little Chinese kid.
yeah, yeah.
So, racism is not prehistoric. Racism is something that is taught.
Hey, I agree. I agree 100%. God said you won't humble yourself as little kids, you won't see the kingdom of heaven. A kid can go and not know another kid and go up to them and play with them with no problem. They be the best of friends. Like, you would think they've been knowing each other forever.
Yeah, until Daddy come there. Get away from him.
Exactly. You ain't that ninja.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
no, so like I said, I don't
yeah.
think racism is
That's true.
is something that's inherited. Racism is taught.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Whatever. Hey, listen. Whatever JK say, he been here longer than me. Way longer than me. Way longer than me.
Only about 25 years, about 20, 25 years,
5 years.
couple decades.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, as McDillan 15 says, racism is a learned behavior. I definitely
Man,
agree with
right.
that. So,
Listen. Go ahead, Jay.
No, I just, I wanted you to continue to, with your final thoughts and
Yeah,
whatnot, man. Yeah.
man. Listen, man. Listen. At the end of the day, though, JK. Now, when you want to talk about the sport of boxing, you can say what you want to say about Jake Paul and Logan Paul. You know, they not the greatest boxers in the world. You got some amateurs that'll whoop their butt. You know, you got some people. You know what I mean? That you know what I mean? That's it's a lot of people that can beat Jake Paul and Logan Paul. But one thing that I like about these guys and what they are doing for the sport of boxing is they bringing a young crowd to the sport of boxing. You know, I'm a full-time trainer, part-time fighter because I'm still fighting. But because of Jake Paul and Logan Paul, not because of Floyd Mayweather, because his connection and complexion, but because of Jake Paul and Logan Paul, with God first, I'm training some of everybody that think they can fight now because of these guys. These guys are bringing a whole different audience to the sport of boxing. People that's not the same color as that guy standing across the ring from me, or the person that's sitting right next to me, that's a couple of miles, 100,000 miles away from me right now. Guys like Jake Paul and Logan Paul are good for the sport of boxing. Only because you can play boxing, you can't play boxing at the same time. So, don't knock these guys until you get in their shoes. They built their brand, and if Showtime will gonna get them some money, to fight on their card in the exhibition. I mean, people fought in exhibitions since day one. Sugar Ray Robinson fought in an exhibition. You gotta remember, it don't count, it's an exhibition. But if I ain't gonna say you a fool, but if you a fool to buy it and then talk about it, that makes you a fool because you the one bought it. Nobody forced you to buy that pay-per-view. You bought it because you wanted to. At the end of the day, it was entertainment. It's entertainment. People want to see entertainment. They want to see Floyd lose, or they want to see Logan Paul act a fool. So at the end of the day, are they good fighters? No. But are they good for the sport of boxing? Yes, because they bring in a whole different audience. I'm talking about from the complexion that they have and from being young, you know what I mean? And for not really being fighters, you know what I'm saying? They tricking the game. And hey, I ain't mad at them. If you fall for it, you fall for it. Me, I know better. James King know better. SB know better. And I'm quite sure the followers and subscribers on the channel, they know better too. But it's entertainment. Are they good for the sport of boxing? Yes. You know what I mean? Do I want to see them fight again? Yes, because guess what? They bringing an audience to the podcast. I mean, what do you think, JK? Do you think they're good for boxing? I mean, Sugar Ray
Well,
Robinson isn't here.
I'll put it like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on now, put it like this.
For the sport of boxing,
Yeah.
I think they're bad.
Okay.
For entertainment,
Yeah.
they're great.
Yeah.
And this is why I say that, because the people that watch the Paul brothers,
Yeah.
Logan, that does not necessarily transfer to them watching the next boxing match.
Okay.
You see what I mean? They'll watch Floyd, but then they might not watch another one until the Paul brothers are fighting again.
Okay.
If they were, if the audiences were transferring all the way down the line, like you said, 97,000 people watch that show with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That's just on my channel.
Right. So
millions of people millions bought the fight.
Right. So, will those same people buy the Manny Pacquiao Earl Spence fight? Will half those people buy the Manny Pacquiao Earl Spence fight, which is real boxing?
Yeah.
Or are they just going to buy the ones that are there for entertainment?
Yeah.
So, and that's the only where I have a problem with it. But like you said, I mean, as far as the money, I would love to see, like at some time, like this young kid that we just had here is 5-0.
Yeah.
I would love to see him go to a fight where, Deontay Wilder is offered $10 million, step aside money, where we have other fighters being offered big money. But I think that, that $20 million that, who was it, Jake Paul just got, you
Yeah,
know,
Logan.
uh, Logan Paul just got, and
Yeah.
he's 0-3, you know, 'cause, by the way, you know, but you know, hey, you know, for $20 million, you know, I mean, you know, I've taken a lot more chances for a lot less. So, you know, like I said, you know, for entertainment purposes, it's good because people do want to, you know, either they want to see, like you said, Floyd Mayweather lose, or you know, uh, the Paul brothers act a fool, you know. But that's not boxing. That's
Yeah.
entertainment.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I definitely agree with you. For entertainment, hey, they're very good for boxing. But
Yes.
how good are they for the boxing industry itself?
Now, don't get me wrong. The real boxing fan is going to pay for Manny Pacquiao versus Errol Spence. But now that these YouTubers are actually connected with boxing, they realizing like, whoa, boxing is actually not that bad because of guys like Jake Paul and Logan Paul. So
Yeah.
they start educating themselves, and they might order the Manny Pacquiao fight. Somebody might tell them, man, you know what Manny Pacquiao finna fight? Manny Pacquiao? Who was Manny Pacquiao? The guy that fight Floyd. He fought Floyd. Floyd? Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa. They might order the fight.
Yeah, well, like I said, you know, that's what we need in the sport of boxing. We need those guys to transfer over and become numbers. That's what we need. That transition right there. Yeah,
So
man, we got to get SPIDERMOOSE on one day, man. I
Yeah.
really like some
He
of the things
be
he's.
ducking like I threw a jab at him. He be ducking the right hook and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Hey, but so listen. At the end of the day, then we need Jake Paul to keep winning. Because as soon as he lose, he going back to YouTube. so the longer he wins, the longer he stays undefeated. Guess what? The more eyeballs he's gonna bring to the sport of boxing. You know what I mean?
But Logan, I mean, Logan did his job for Showtime, so I'm pretty sure that Showtime's gonna bring him back. I'm sure that's not a one fight deal, you know, because he did what he was supposed to do. He took Floyd the distance, whether he held, whatever he did what he was supposed to do. And you know, this morning he's waking up with a few lumps and a few more lumps in the bank.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely. But
you know,
at the end of the day, he ain't won a fight yet.
Right, that's what I say. You know,
he's up outnumbered.
so I guess he gonna retire when he win a fight, right?
Hey, listen, for real. Hey, it might be like I say, man. Listen, hey, look, they might have to get. You know, they real good at acting and playing games. They might get into it. I like they get into it and fight each other, and that might be the biggest pay per view of all time. Jake Paul versus Logan Paul. Man, they got mad at each other and they fought each other. And guess what? If they fought each other, you know what I would go with? I would go with Logan Paul. He would win his first fight against his brother. And his brother lost his first fight against his brother. Wow, you had it right there, K Now Boxing.
Somebody's old got to go.
Somebody gonna break history.
Somebody's old got to go. It's all right.
Sure. I want to see it. Jake Paul versus Logan Paul. Who y'all got? Yeah. No. Right.
Oh man.
Hey. Yeah.
But hey man, it's like you said, it's been a good night. I wish we could have got a little more from Russell. But we'll try to get him back on and see what's on with that. And yeah, it might have just been a technical problem on our end, but we'll see. That there's going to be, I think, 4 or 5 pay-per-views in the next 3 months. Do you think fans will keep paying for pay-per-views?
I don't know.
What do you think about? What do you think about? Well, I mean, you know, do you think that streaming has had any effect on the number of pay-per-views?
You know what? I think that people going in that cracked screen had a big, you know what I mean, a big effect on pay-per-views, because these pay-per-views will actually be doing bigger numbers if people wasn't actually, you know, scamming, you know, if they wasn't actually stealing the pay-per-view. You know, so you know, it's always somebody when you get the pay-per-view or order pay-per-view, it's always somebody showing the pay-per-view live, and with risking getting their YouTube channel snatched down by showing it live, you know what I mean? After they done ordered it. And then like I say, Crash Screen, I think they be illegally showing the fight. So it's just so much going on. I think that's what was happening with the fight on Showtime. When you order pay-per-view on Showtime, if you hadn't ordered it like 4 or 5 days ahead in advance, I think that you probably, we're gonna have problems because, like I say, my screen kept going around, circling around just like a tornado, and, and so I was frustrated, and SB was frustrated too. But I had to keep my composure and keep the people locked in because I knew how it would help grow the channel. But then finally, God came through, and we ordered it from off the sling, and man, we was back in business. But
See,
time, if you're looking, you want you want our refund.
see,
I'll be calling you in the morning.
see.
That's all I got. That's all I got, JK. I want my money back. I would take that money and I would buy some water on a reel. A lot of water. You know what I mean? I add double that, triple that, and getting water for Flint on a serious note, man, because they definitely need it.
Well, we definitely need, maybe to bring on. By the way, you have a new show on that you haven't talked about.
Yeah.
The Big Three.
Yeah, the Big Three. Yeah, the Big Three. Yeah, we'll be live again this Sunday. Lord willing, this Sunday. I know that Alex, sorry about that. Alex's birthday is on the 11th, so we look forward to actually tapping in. Probably a little bit sooner than this Sunday, but this Sunday we'll be airing again, so you guys tap in. And if you hit your
Alex, who's Alex?
Alex, you met Alex before. You had him on your Thursday. Was it your Thursday show? Your sports sports
Okay.
podcast. Yeah, Alex, he played with the Lions. He's one of the
Oh
guys.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. Alex. Yeah.
Alex, yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
you need to send me Kendall Gill's information so I can get him on the sports crib too.
Yeah.
Especially now with the finals and that, man, because
Yeah.
man, the finals without LeBron. Who'd have thought?
Man, wow. And you got on all that gold. All that gold gear. You gonna try
No, I'm not an LA fan either. Me and basketball,
Yeah.
we have a very funny relationship. I like players in basketball rather than teams.
Yeah.
I like when they were together. I thought that there were a lot of teams that were very good. This right now, the way things are set up, the Nets should win.
Okay.
But there are some good teams in the West, which is a much better conference.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that right now it looks like the Nets are going to get there.
Okay.
And it'll be the Nets out of the East. The West is still kind of up in the air.
Okay.
Hey man, it's amazing when you start talking about how guys that are older are doing much better, these days. You have Chris Paul leading a bunch of young kids all under the age of 30.
Yeah.
And the Phoenix Suns are really looking like they're the team that needs to be beat. But
experience. That's what you got, experience.
Yeah.
It's how they say. There's more ways to skin a what, fish or
a cat.
That's right.
More ways to skin a cat. But the thing that's so amazing is that in an era when usually young people do not respect their elders or always want to do things their way, he's been able to go there and get them to buy into the fact that look, I had the experience. If you follow me, we can go further.
Exactly.
So sometimes when you get older, you have to learn that you have to lead by example rather than a whole lot of lip service, because the younger generation has heard that they want to see what you can do.
Right. Age ain't number the number. Hey, rest in peace to Aaliyah. She said it best. That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, at the same time, though, you got to remember, though, LeBron James, he had, like when I'm in the gym and I'm sparring with somebody and they really not on my level, but I'm a world champ, they come with they all. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
they came with they all at LeBron. LeBron probably was like, oh, man, it's just Chris Paul. It's just the Phoenix Suns. And you can't underestimate nobody. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
Well, yeah, hey, and a lot of times, we want to take that age and that experience and
yeah,
will it on somebody. You
yeah,
can't do that. You
yeah,
you can't make somebody what they aren't.
right,
You know what I'm saying.
yeah,
So but shout outs, to everybody that has went through the pandemic, and now we're starting to fill seats up. We're starting to get more people back. I think some of the baseball games are opening up.
yeah,
We have some of we got states now, man, that are giving out lottery tickets. We just had a girl in Ohio that won a 4-year full paid scholarship. Things that states are doing to get
yeah.
youngsters to get vaccinated.
Okay.
So it's a lot of things going on,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
most importantly, we seem to be getting back to normal
Mhm.
as much as possible. So
Hey, exactly, and that's a great thing. Breaking news, JK. Stephen A. Smith said that he believed that Kendall Gill will beat Jake Paul. That's right. Breaking news.
wait a
Stephen A.
minute,
Smith
wait a
said
minute.
that
You mean Tyron Woodley?
no. I'm talking about if they fight. If Jake
Oh,
Paul it was to get past Tyron Woodley, he said that Kendall Gill, Kendall Gill is an undefeated boxer. Even though he's
yeah,
a former
yeah.
NBA basketball player, he's undefeated as a fighter. Let me rewind that. He's undefeated as a fighter. And I think he will knock Jake Paul out. That's right. You heard it on the Dog Pound, K9 Boxing. He will whoop that trick. Whoop that trick.
All right, man. Well, hey, let's
One
get up
love,
out
my
of
dog.
here. I'll
That's
see you
right.
next Tuesday, man. And hey, man, get my gear in the mail, man.
I got you, man. Be on me. I forget. All
All right,
right,
dog.
everybody.
Holler at you.
One love, my dog. Cheers.
Yeah.
Appreciate everybody for tapping in.